Hello and welcome. My name is Clare O'Brien, and I am a research assistant with Security and Context. Today, I'm joined by Fouad Touzani, director of the Ibn Ghazi Arabic Institute. Thank you, Fouad, for taking time to discuss your research with us. And if you don't mind, please tell us more about your background and your research interests.
Yes, thank you, Claire, for taking the time to conduct this interview with me. I really appreciate it. And I also appreciate this initiative coming from Security and Context, especially that is being done with young researchers, PhD candidates, and early stage professors. Talking about my background briefly, I have a background in political science, which is a liberal arts school located in Huntington, Pennsylvania. And I was actually part of U.S. State Department sponsored program, which was called PLUS program, Partnership for Learning Undergraduate Studies, which aimed at bringing young students from the Middle East and North Africa to the United States of America. So I was part actually of the first cohorts. That's how I actually got to pursue my undergraduate studies in the US. I had a master's degree in political science from the Central European University, which is an American university actually located in Budapest, Hungary. So I have a background in political science. Now, actually, I am about to defend my PhD thesis, which is also on political science. More particularly, I'm working on foreign policy. The title of my PhD thesis is the role of state and non-state actors, US state and non-state actors in shaping US foreign policy in the Middle East and North Africa. This is briefly my background, actually, which is, generally speaking, political science, conflict resolution, and foreign policy.
The title of the research you're currently working on is the US's inconsistent foreign policy and its impact on the MENA region's insecurity, as you mentioned. Tell us a little bit more about what motivated your interest in this topic and the issues you're responding to, and if there are any preliminary conclusions that you would like to share.
Right. So basically, the interest in security studies actually was prompted by the American Political Science Association MENA workshops, actually, that they organized last year and this year. I was part of, I was actually delighted to be admitted to be part of this workshop. So since the workshop was about security studies, actually I had interest in security studies before, but actually I wrote this paper especially for, to participate in this workshop. So, and I found this field of study, security studies, securitization, etc., very interesting for me, and it's very appealing. And that's how I got interested in writing a paper about a round that revolves around security studies. So my paper revolves around the impact of inconsistent US foreign policy in the Middle East on the region's security or insecurity. And that's basically, in a nutshell, what the paper is about. The preliminary conclusions that I found based on, and of course, during the American Political Science Association MENA workshops, I had a lot of very good constructive feedback from our co-leaders, including, of course, our friends actually that are parts of the Security in Context initiative, Omar Dahi and Sabir Aboud. I had actually a very good constructive feedback from them and other co-leaders as well, who were actually part of the MENA workshop. We were co-leaders. So I will try to incorporate a lot of this feedback in my paper. That I found this paper is that, generally speaking, I found that the U.S. foreign policy in the MENA area, has been very inconsistent, especially in the post 9/11 era, and that inconsistency or that unpredictability, if you want, basically, ranging from George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and then, of course, Donald Trump, I found that, U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East focusing on two main issues, and these issues are the Iran nuclear program as well as the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. So focusing on these two issues and discussing, American U.S. foreign policy in these two issues, really from George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump, I found that the U.S. has been very inconsistent in terms of dealing with such issues. And this inconsistency has had, a clear impact on the region's insecurity. And these are basically the preliminary conclusions. I still have to work more on the paper, taking into consideration the feedback that I got from my co-leaders.
Thank you so much. And finally, what are your future plans in terms of research topics, publications, or any other academic activities?
Well, you know what, like I said before, I am about to defend my PhD thesis. Hopefully I can defend it in October or late September or this coming October. So my first aim is to find, of course, situate myself in academia, and find a job actually as a university professor here in Morocco. That's actually my plan B, if you want. This is my plan B. The other plan, the other plan I am also thinking about is to do post-doc, try to find a post-doc fellowship either in the US or somewhere else, especially, fellowships that deal with issues relating to foreign policy or security studies, especially in the MENA region, in the MENA region. This is my plan B. And of course, I also, around this, I also, like you mentioned, I run an institute which is called Ibn Ghazi Arabic Institute, and that's Ibn Ghazi Arabic Institute is a linguistic and cultural center located in Fez, Morocco, which actually teaches Arabic for non-natives and at the same time teaches courses related to Islamic studies and the Arab culture, Arab media, etc. So, or business parts of my plans.
That's awesome. We can't wait to see more from you very soon, and best of luck on defending your PhD.
Thank you, Claire. Appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.